determines how long it takes to reach a financial goal. Let's say, for example, this client has about $80,000 in their account currently, and they want to be able to deposit $4,000 on a monthly basis, and their goal is that they want to reach $1 million. They're going to get 4%. It's compounded annually, and here it's going to return us the number of months. That's what the formula returns us. But what I have done is I want to be able to communicate that information in years. So here in the years area, I said, okay, well, whatever the result is for B7, I want to divide that by 10. Divide that by 12, and that's going to give me how many years. So let's go ahead and solve for that particular formula, information here. So it's, of course, a financial, and we're going to go down and look for the NBR, which is here. It's looking for the rate, and this is the rate. But remember, I said the rate was compounded annually. So we want to divide it by 12, and notice it gives our result over to the right-hand side. Our payment is $4,000, and, of course, that is money going out. The present value, this is the amount they currently have in the account, which is the $80,000. And then the future value, this is the goal. There's no type that's involved, so I'll go ahead and click OK. And we know it's going to take them about 17 years before they reach this financial goal. All right, so let's go and look at another function, which is VLOOKUP. Now, first of all, what is VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP is basically a formula that will search for information in a list or if it's in a table. It works like a phone book. When you look through the phone book, you're looking for a specific name, and you basically get the phone number for that particular, or based on that particular name. So VLOOKUP basically looks in the spreadsheet and tries to locate that information. Now, one thing about it is that VLOOKUP, the V is for vertical, so it, of course, will go up and down the columns and search for that information. Now, if you have a spreadsheet that has a large amount of data on your spreadsheet and it's something that's repetitive, then you may look at using VLOOKUP to help you out in that instance. So the scenario, I'm going to go through two scenarios. So this scenario here is where over in column A, I have clients, and in column C, I have clients. But what I want to be able to do is find out if I have clients that are in A and also in C. So VLOOKUP is going to help me to do that. So VLOOKUP is a lookup and reference function. And here under the lookup and reference at the bottom, I'll find VLOOKUP. Now remember, you don't have to know the formula because it's going to give you the argument box. And once you click in the field, it's looking for the lookup value. So with the lookup value, this basically is what value are you searching for? What are you searching for? So I'm searching for column A here to find out if this particular client is also in column C. The next thing I'm looking for is the table array. So the table array is where is it that you're wanting to search for that information. So I want to search for the information in this particular column. The next area here is basically saying the column index. Which column contains the value that you're searching for? Now, you'll notice that it's actually in column 1. So column 1 is 8. If it was over in column C, then that will be 3. So you basically just count numerically 1, 2, 3. But in this case, it's column 1. So I'm going to put in 1 here. Now, the next thing it's looking for is your range lookup. And this is where you're going to determine, is it an exact match that you're looking for, or if it's a approximate. If it's an exact match, then you want to put false or either 0. If it's a approximate match, you want to put true or 1. So we want an exact match. We want that client to match exact with the client that's in C. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 0, but I can also input false. You'll notice that it also gives us the result down at the bottom here of this particular argument box. So I'll go ahead and click OK. So now I know that test 22 John Joyce is over in column C. So now what I want to do is find out if those other clients that are in column A, if in fact they're in column C, and I can do that relatively quick as opposed to going to each cell, inputting that formula. Remember, I can copy the formula down the spreadsheet. So I'm going to go to the right and hold the mouse and all the way down to the bottom of the spreadsheet. It's basically copying the information. So now I have all of my results. And you'll notice that you have here where you have an NA. So you'll see the NAs, and what the NA means is that that particular client is not in column C. So the NA in this case is fine. It's fine that you have that NA. So Thomas Williams is not in column C. And if we scroll down column C, we, of course, will not find Thomas Williams. So that, of course, is fine that we have the NA for that particular client. Now what I want to do is I want to use that same function, but I want to use a different scenario. In this scenario, what I'm doing is I have information here on this sheet. And I want to pull the total assets for the client. And I want to make sure that it matches exact with that particular client. I'm going to go here to this particular sheet here. This is where I want to pull the information over to this sheet from the main lookup sheet. So, of course, this is where I'm going to type my formula. I'm going to input my formula here, and we're going to use the recently used, so VLOOKUP is there. So now I'm looking for the lookup value. So what is it that I am searching for? I'm searching for test account 1 because I want to find out his total assets. Then it's looking for the table array. Where is it that you're wanting to search for this information? So I want to search for it on this sheet here. So I'm going to select all of the data on this particular sheet. All right, so now that I have it, that's basically, and notice how it automatically put in the name for that sheet, which is main lookup. So it's saying that's where you're wanting to look for the information. Now, in this next area here, it's looking for the column index. So which column contains the information that you're wanting to search as far as your result? And we're pulling the total assets, which is in column G. So that means that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the column index would be 7. I'm going to input 7 there. And then the range lookup. We, of course, want an exact match because we want to get the total assets for test account 1 and all the other clients to match exact. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to input 0, and you'll notice that this is our result here. I'm going to click OK, and the 6,520,000, and if we go over here, that, of course, is the exact amount of total assets for test account 1. So I'm going to go back over to this particular spreadsheet, and remember, save yourself some time. We're going to copy the formula down, go to the corner, and we're going to get all of the total assets exact for each one of the clients that we have on our list. You see how it copied all the information over, and notice the numbers that are here. And if we go over to this, it's basically, these are the same numbers that are here. Now what I want to do is look at the